Good morning, Brave Frontier. I wanted to talk to you guys about two new units. The first is White Wolf Faelan. It's an Earth female unit with an Omni evolution, and it's not bad. The issue with Faelan is that she tries so hard to be so many different things that she ends up not doing well at any of them. Pretty standard imp spread here. A little above average attack. We see that a lot on characters that think that they can nuke. Her leader skill is a 40% boost to all parameters, a 300% boost to Brave Burst attack, a 100% boost to damage dealt against status afflicted foes, and negates all status ailments. That's not a bad leader skill. That's probably what I'd call one of those solid B- leader skills. In her extra skill, negates all status ailments, and it hugely boosts damage against status afflicted foes. Which is interesting because her leader skill already negated all status ailments, but I'm assuming that works for her when she's not a leader. Her Brave Burst is 21 hits, which isn't that great. It's an earth and water attack. It activates Water Barrier, which is 3,000 hit points. It's got a status ailment counter for 3 turns, which is only a 10% chance to reflect everything but weak, sick, and injury, which is 50%. That's almost never going to proc. She can remove all status ailments. Man, whatever. And then we've got Woven Frenzy, which is 26 hits, and it's Earth. There's no water on that one. And using it over and over again boosts damage with a 200% multiplier each use up to 3 times. There's a 10 combo random powerful earth attack on all foes. A probable 25% random status ailment infliction. And 160% boost to damage dealt against status afflicted foes. As well as 350% boost to Brave Burst attack. It's trying too hard to be too many things there, really. And then her ultimate is a 31 hit that works with the water element, which is kind of neat. Adds random status ailment infliction to attack for 3 turns. And there's an earth barrier, which is 25,000 hit points. That is pretty reasonable. I could see individuals using her for that ultimate, as rarely as that would come up. Her enhancements are pretty standard. The 20% boost to all perimeters is on the high end for what some units sometimes ask for. You've got your ability to enhance the leadership perimeters from 40% to 50% if you were ever going to use her as a leader. You can fill your own Brave Burst gauge to the Super Brave Burst, making that something you can repeatedly use. That's a solid option for. You can allow the BB buff effect to last for 5 turns, but it only works for the status ailment counter and the negation. It's not that great. You can add a 3,000 hit point earth barrier effect to Super Brave Burst, which honestly isn't that useful. You can enhance the barrier effect to 4,000. A little more useful, but for those prices, not really. That's 60 SP to add a barrier that probably isn't going to save your life. And if it is, sometimes just changing your spheres out will get you more hit points. So you can enhance the Brave Burst attack boost to 700% on the Ultra Brave Burst or 450% on the Super Brave Burst. And you can enhance the damage boost against status afflicted foes to 200% on the Super Brave Burst. However often you're going to do that. A lot of units already do what she's doing and are more specialized in that. You'd think that the fact that she does so many things would be useful, but she does them all so poorly. I mean, 10%, 15% chance to inflict status ailments, that's garbage. This will not be there. Overall, not a bad unit. Not a great one at all. Then we have Void Walker Zenia. She's got her helmet back on. It's interesting that when this unit was like, I need to make sure I'm protected with armor, her first thought isn't, actually wearing real armor. It's, I better put my helmet back on. So this unit's always been a fan favorite, and she's actually really decent in this Omni, but everyone's throwing a fit because how she's decent has changed dramatically, and I don't know, people hate it when you mess with their waifus or something. So her leader skill is 100% boost to attack, 40% boost to her hit points, raises normal hit count. So there's one hit to each hit count with a 50% damage penalty. Her spark damage boosts Brave Burst gauge and gracefully boosts spark damage for 2 turns when spark exceeds 15. And it's pretty easy to hit that 15 mark. So her extra skill is 30% boost to all parameters and considerably raises normal hit amount to 2 hits to each hit count when her core amplifier is equipped. And to get that, you just quest for it. I believe that's, let me make sure, I believe that's a grand quest item. No, you craft that with the void chunk and the obsidian quartz, which you get from the X2 raid. I don't want to be wrong here, but I guess I am. Oh, that's right. And then this particular raid battle. That's where I got confused. Ah, the joys of getting all of those. Anyways. 25 combo, powerful dark ability on a single foe, considerably boosts the Brave Burst gauge, adds a defense ignore effect to attack for 2 turns, and boosts spark damage by 50% for 3 turns. Super Brave Burst allows you to do 30 combo powerful dark attack on all foes, raises normal hit amount by 1 for 3 turns, greatly boosts spark damage for 3 turns, and boosts her own attack for 3 turns by 100%. Her ultimate is a 40 combo massive dark attack on all foe, which gives a plus 3 hits to each hit count for 3 turns, enormously boosts spark damage for 3 turns, and enormously boosts attack for 3 turns. Her SP options don't really have a middle ground. They're either really cheap or really expensive. You can give her a bonus to attack when her hit points are over 50%, a bonus to her attack when her Brave Burst gauge is over 50%, and a 70% boost to spark damage. You can actually increase that up to 100 for an extra 10. You can slightly reduce damage for 1 turn, which is absolute garbage. You can add normal attack hits to all foes for 3 turns effect, Super Brave Burst, which is pretty reasonable. Where are we here? Enhances Super Brave Burst damage by normal hit amount, increase effect. Enhances Super Brave Burst normal hit amount, increase effect. These 2 right here are going to make sure that she's hitting everyone. What does that work out to be with her leader skill, I believe that. So whether or not you're using her leader skill is going to change that from anywhere from 3 to 5. That's pretty reasonable. And then her Ultra Brave Burst could last for 4 turns, which isn't bad in and of itself, but that's pricey, and I'm not sure how often you're going to be using her Ultra Brave Burst. So she no longer boosts Brave Burst by 200%, which a lot of people are upset by, even though in this day and age, I mean, even this last unit we looked at, where was it here? Boost damage, hugely boosts Brave Burst attack by 350%. And that's pretty much a dime a dozen anymore, so a lot of units have that. A lot of people are upset that she's lost hers. Meanwhile, her ability to add extra hits means that she's got an ability to add damage that's going to ignore the attack cap and just devastate things. So, frankly, I think a lot of people are crying over spilled milk. And I don't even think the milk's really that spilled, to be honest. Some of these abilities here are a little overpriced, but we see that all the time, especially on older units that are getting an evolution. You know, this is a unit that's easily going to overdamage Gaston, another unit known for his ability to do multiple attacks, although he does his a little differently. So I would say for an Omni evolution of an old unit, this is really spot on. These individuals, on the other hand, disagree with me. Yep, it's gotten even more supporters. When I went to bed last night, this thing wasn't even at 100. But everyone's coming out to cry about their favorite Omni unit. And I hate the way that this is worded, you know. Omni Zenia isn't that bad, but you didn't capitalize Zenia. You're abusing ellipses. You only need 3 periods. That's not what an ellipses is for anyways. Quit watching your damn anime cartoons. That's not how you use an ellipses. That's not how you use a damn ellipses. She needs to be rebuffed. Please, Gummy, give her at least an upgrade for her spark buff on Super Brave Burst. Many players like myself have been disappointed on what she had become. Not how you spell disappointed. Has not had. And then everyone's like, Obi Kid sucks, even thou good normal hit, Bob. And Zenia Omnia es horrible invested. Wait, oh, he's actually speaking Spanish. I thought he was just misspelling things when I read that. I'm not a good person. People are sad because she's too weak. Not meeting expectations. Don't have expectations. That's the quickest way to make sure they're never, you never fail. She doesn't need damage reduction. Oh my god. Doesn't have that Omni unit feel to her. This is what people get sad about today, you know. You got riots on the streets. You've got people concerned about their future because of policies that are likely to be enacted. You've got dogs chasing cats and cats chasing dogs. But my unit in a video game isn't as amazing as I expected her to be. So we're going to file a petition. Now they're going to be upset when Zenia, the Christmas unit, is her Omni, and it's not going to be what they expect. So I'm already seeing people saying, oh, she's going to have a 25% experience boost buffer and ludicrous stuff like that. Oh, disappointment, disappointment. Over in Wikia chat, they stopped talking about Pokemon long enough to show me this screenshot. Kind of an example of what she's capable of doing with no spark buff. I thought that was pretty decent, although I also saw this. And I was like, man, I need to get me a La as well. But, pretty promising. So, anyways, that's my take on the 2 new units. The first one I'll probably try pulling for, even though she's not really that useful. The second one I think is a lot more useful than people give it credit for, but it's different, so everyone's upset and crying tears of salty sadness. But you know what they say about salt. You need it to live. Feel free to dislike this video, tell me how horrible I am for making fun of your waifu, and then go back to crying in your corner in the comments section. Nothing makes me happier.